extended family travel can feel like a big, stressful, hairy deal. This is our 4th time doing a winter away, a workation of sorts, and we also did a 9-week road trip around the US. So 5 times doing this now, and I think we're finally starting to get the hang of it a little bit. So I want to share with you some of the organization tips that have helped us. One of the things that has been really good is to set up a staging area of sorts a couple weeks before the trip, maybe even up to a month before the trip. Just have like a tote or a box or bag of some sort in a designated area in the house that as you think of things that you want to remember to take, you just stick in there right away. Obviously you can make lots of lists and plan things out, but I feel like it's most helpful to put the actual items in one place that is just going to be there ready for you to pack when it's time. This might go without saying, but having specific bags or totes or whatever it is you're using for packing, one bag or tote for all of my clothes. David has his, and then I usually pack the kids together. Separate cosmetics thing. This time we used a box for shoes, and then we have just like a catch-all box. As far as being organized while we're traveling, something that really helps us is to have an overnight bag. In it we put all the cosmetics, a couple outfits for each of us, pajamas, whatever. So that's the bag that we take into any hotels. It'd be handy like for a carry-on probably if you're flying. That way you're not having to rummage through all of your stuff to try to find what you're looking for just an overnight. Most recently we've been doing most of our traveling on the road as opposed to flying, so we've been able to use some sort of unconventional things to pack. One thing that has been really helpful is using totes like this. When we get to the place that we're traveling, then we can still use these for organization. So right now this is actually being used as a laundry basket. Something that we used last year was actual laundry bags. They are not as sturdy, obviously, but it might be something that you find works for you. Most of the time where we're traveling does not have a huge closet. Hangers like this that organize your hangers and get more in a smaller space helps a lot. Another kind of hanger that's very, very helpful to have and not difficult to take along is one of these kind of pants hangers. I used it to hang up all my pants and skirts, and I just fold them in half and hang it on one part. This kind of hanging organizer type thing is nicer than having to find a surface for it, I guess, and it keeps it more organized, obviously. It can be difficult to have organized necklaces while you're traveling, and obviously you don't want them balled up in a little obnoxious tangle. This is something that I just happen to have on hand from long ago. A hanger that works really well for organizing various things like scarves, belts, and whatever, but I'm using it for necklaces this time. I've also done a really simple tutorial for how you can use a hanger for necklaces. It's really not that hard to figure out on your own. Even if you don't take something with you, you can probably find a hanger where you are and just use it. At home, I really like to keep the kids' underwear and socks and that kind of thing in little drawers. Actually, these work pretty well for traveling also. It just keeps everything really organized. So no matter where we go on our trips, it seems that the shoes normally work the best under bed. However, they always get kicked all over the place, no matter what. They can start out in a nice little neat line, and probably by the end of the day or the next day, we're searching for shoes. It's very annoying. I don't know how it happens. So this time I'm keeping my shoes mainly in one of these little produce boxes, which is really handy. Although, generally speaking, I would probably recommend one of those little plastic totes that you can get that slides under the bed really nicely. That kind of thing can also be really good for packing. So I hope some of these tips can be helpful to you as you travel. As always, stay clever, folks! That's just going to be ready for you. Dust.